So Yahuala, defending champion,
and it
wearing the white.
Sorry, Martin. So it does seem as though this has become more of a race. They have slipped the pace a little bit and more on a time of around 2:18 at this stage, but it could explain why it's been possible as well for Sifan Hassan to get back in that mix.
Yes, you'd have to say that the one athlete who's not really shown anything so far is last year's winner, wearing the white vest there, Yahuala, who has just been running comfortably. But look at Hassan, menacing. Physically dwarfing the athletes in front of her. In terms of a range of abilities and talent, she dwarfs them as well. Yeah, and she's had, to say the very least, an interesting 41 kilometres or 40 kilometres that she's covered so far.
Yeah, you wonder how Yahuala's feeling, because at this stage last year she'd certainly already made a play for it, and she's just staying with the rest of the field, and her strength does tend to be when she pushes the pace with a bit longer to go than this. So whether she's feeling like she can't push on and she's just going to see what she can do near the later stages, but definitely last year she'd pushed on ahead of the field at this stage.
So the Houses of Parliament ahead of them. Parliament Square, Westminster Abbey over to the left. These are parts of London which over the course of the next couple of weeks will be shots boomed around the world for other reasons, the King's coronation. But for now, who knows, maybe we're crowning a new marathon queen, Sifan Hassan, who's had a remarkable race so far, now moving across the road. It is a right-hand turn ahead of them. There it is, into Parliament Square. Then the run down Birdcage Walk. Meanwhile, Kelvin Kiptum kicking on, and he's out on his own. He's got something like 25 minutes or so of running still to go, but the cadence is still remarkably high. Look at that. Jeffrey Camworor has disappeared into the background. Well, as Joe was saying, he's not a new name, because 2:01.53 achieved there in Valencia just a few months ago. But when it comes to the World Marathon Major Series and here in London, Kelvin Kiptum could be about to really make his name and carve out his reputation. Anybody who thought that maybe that one performance was a little bit of a one-off, well, that's not happening. There is Tamarat Tola. Also just behind him, Seifu Tura, and last year's winner, Amos Kipruto, just slipping back. So that is the race for third, fourth and fifth. So Birdcage Walk, Sheila Jepchirchir not entirely done for. And the very fact that she hasn't disappeared off the back of this group altogether does show that this leading quartet are very much gathering themselves for the final sprint. But Sifan Hassan, and just to finish off the story of those Tokyo Olympics, well, she went away. She didn't entirely succeed in what was an incredibly ambitious plan, but she won both the 5,000 metres and the 10,000 metres and came away with a bronze in the 1,500 metres. And now, well, perhaps a surprise here. Alemu Megertu it is who's kicking on. And now it's the defending champion Yahuala who's slipping off the pace. And her race, certainly as a contender to take the title, appears to be gone. Perez Jepchirchir there in second place. But look at Hassan. She appears to be coasting. Megertu has tested them, but it hasn't broken them. It has broken last year's winner. And Sifan Hassan, having been through the pain barrier, stopping 2 or 3 times on the side of the road because of the problem there with the left hip, she must just here be poised to make her kick for home.
Yeah, and I think, you know, that Megertu was putting in a bit of a boot, thinking she's got Sifan Hassan there. It's going to be difficult for those two athletes to outkick her. and they're going to have to be worried about that. Has Hassan got enough left to produce her trademark awesome finish at the end of this race? And I thought Yuhalor could have been struggling a bit, bearing in mind she'd made a play for this race much earlier on when she won this race last year.
Well, Sifan Hassan, she leaves fields for dead in 1500-metre races. What can she do with women who, despite remarkable talent, have nothing like her leg speed? But it is Megertu of Ethiopia, Hassan of the Netherlands. Just a little grimace, though, from Hassan, not entirely unfamiliar. Jepchirchir, but it's Hassan, if you like, who has the curb.
Yeah, the question is, can she produce that finish in a marathon?
Well, it's about 300 metres to go, and I wonder if Hassan is almost painting the picture in her mind of an athletics track. Expect her to make her break with about 150 to go if she's still got it in the legs, but it's Megertu who hits the home straight. Jepchirchir, and here goes Hassan. Jepchirchir moving onto the shoulder here of Megertu, and Sifan Hassan just waiting to hit the home straight. And Hassan has got the inside. And here goes Sifan Hassan. And Hassan picks up the knees. Megertu goes with her. But Hassan is going to win this going away. What a truly remarkable marathon debut it is from Sifan Hassan. Down and out, apparently beaten, in serious pain, and she cannot believe it. She's beaten the best in the world. It has been a stunning start to her marathon career. Megertu comes through for second place. Jepchirchir is third. Well, it's one of the truly remarkable marathon performances. Jepchirchir comes through for fourth. Last year's winner, Yuhalor, is fifth.
Wow, what a story this is, that she won this race on her debut in London, her marathon debut. I don't think I've ever seen her more delighted than that. I think because it was the biggest surprise she's probably felt she's had in her career. She can't believe it.
Well, those are the very words she used. She says she cannot believe it. But once she got back with the leading group, and they were not really testing her, there was almost a sense of inevitability about how it would map out and finish.
Yeah, if she's there at the end, it's going to be so difficult to beat her. Well, she said she was nervous, she said she was curious, and she's won.